This is the Unbreakable Golfers podcast, where we're shining a light on your pain and weakness and how it is affecting your positions, your power and your performance on the golf course.
It's over. The World Cup's over. Well, it's not. Obviously, you've still got the final between Argentina and France to happen. But in theory, as an England fan, it was over as soon as England went out. Years and years of watching tournaments, and it's the same thing. You get invested, you think you care, and eventually you don't. The reason why you don't care is because your participation, even though you're not participating, but your interest is gone when your team goes out, or it drops a massive amount of level. And most people do this when they try and make a change. They see something that interests them, they have some sort of connection, some sort of focus, some sort of dedication to what it is they're doing, and then something happens and they lose interest. And it's in losing that interest that they lose focus, and then they lose the ability to take action. So my boy said to me when England got beat, "We're going to watch the semi-finals, aren't we, Dad?" And I was like, probably not. And he's like, "Oh, I am." And I mean, we watched a bit of the highlights, but we didn't watch them. I knew his interest would fade because that's what happens. So if you're trying to make a change, say it's you want to become more powerful because you're struggling with your power as you're getting older. Say, I don't know, you're tired of being in pain, or you're tired of your body being as inflexible it is, and you're going, do you know what, I'm going to become more flexible, I'm going to not be in pain, I want to be able to play for longer, I want to be able to hit it longer, whatever it may be. I want to step on the course with confidence in my body and my mind. That comes from an interest to get better. But the only way you get better is to do things enough that you get enough reps in, and that's based on your habits and behaviour. So the action you take, certainly long term, is based on your habits and your behaviours. Your habits and your behaviours are based on what you believe is true about you and about those around you. So let's say, for instance, that you don't believe that 9 key actions, like the Unbreakable front 9, done stacked on top of each other every day, won't give you more power, pain-free golf, better longevity, more distance, that you'd be stronger, fitter, healthier, more confident. So just say you don't believe that. You refuse to believe that will happen. You will never take the actions long enough to build the habits and behaviours to make them part of your life to get the results long term that you want. Other side of that is if you think that the only way to get better and the only way you or any other golfer can get better is to buy new equipment and go and hit that new equipment more often, then that is what you will do. You will buy new equipment regardless of the outcome it gives you. And then you will look for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Because there's a certain thing that you believe. And what you believe dictates what you do, and what you do dictates your results. So, for me, these 9 key actions that I do every day are based around long-term targets that I do over a year and short-term targets that I do between 30 and 90 days. They're not random, they're planned. And because they're planned, I make slight little tweaks to them to improve them. Example, someone that comes to Unbreakable Golfers, one of the Unbreakable front 9, say protection of body, would be, let's say, we're going to say it's going to be 2 litres of water. So you're just going to drink 2 litres of water. That's your target a day. 2 litres of water. That is a simple target of what you do, that you build up. At the start, it becomes difficult, you can't do it, you feel like going to the toilet all the time, then you do more and more and more and more and more, then it becomes a habit, then you realise when you're thirsty, you realise that when you're thirsty you're actually dehydrated, this becomes a habit, a behaviour, you're always aware of water intake, that becomes part of what you do. So then you might gravitate and go, right, now to protect body, it's not just water, I've mastered water, it's water and greens. I have a green smoothie, or I have a greens powder. Now that becomes your protection. So your one action for the day when it comes to protection of body is now water and greens. And then you might go up another level where a year later, something like that, and there'll be certain type of supplementation you want to take, whether it be zinc or oils or vitamin D3, whatever it may be. So now water, green smoothie and supplementation becomes your one action for protection of body when it comes to nutrition. You stack these habits. If you say to someone at the start, right, what you're going to do is you're going to do 9 key actions a day. You're going to do 2 to protect your body, 2 to protect your mind, 2 to power your body, 2 to power your mind. And you're going to do 1 that helps your golf performance, your physical golf, your actions when it comes to having a golf club in your hand. And you say, right, okay, 9, that sounds like a lot. What are those 9? Well, protect your body from a nutrition point of view. You're going to have green smoothie. You're going to make sure you've got a litre of water in the morning in you. You're going to take various supplements that you take every day, and that's going to be one thing. Some might go, there's no way I can do all that. I'll get up, I'll go to the toilet, I'll get dressed, I'll go to work. And on the weekend I rest. Their mind can't fathom what it is that you need to do. So you stack habits. And that's basically what the Unbreakable Front 9 is. 9 simple habits stacked on each other based on what you need to do to get better. Before you do 9, you do 5. Before you do 5, you do 1. One simple habit that becomes so ingrained, such a behaviour that you actually become addicted to it, so that when you don't do it, you feel odd. You do this and you play a certain amount of holes per week. 9 holes every day. You do less on a weekend, obviously. So, like England going out and losing focus. I don't know if I'm going to watch the final. I intend to, but I know I may not definitely do it. But my habits and my behaviours of watching those games when England were involved was completely different. So, as always, a couple of questions for you. What habits do you currently do today that do not make you any better? Follow-up question. How could you just flip that one habit, completely change it, flip it to do something else in the same amount of time, in the same time of the day, that would give you the results that would ultimately get you what you desire most, which as a golfer really should be pain-free power golf. Good luck.
For more information on golf performance, by increasing your power, by getting in better positions, by working on your body and mind, go to unbreakablegolfers.com and sign up to the free asset.